Good morning. This is Mrs. McDonald again. Your senior is with me to help them so that I can help them hopefully pass their reading benchmark. First order of business is their current grades. Some of their grades are atrocious. And no offense, that's not my fault. I grade every single day. You can ask them. I'm very up with my grading. So if you ever hear in my class, no, she just hasn't graded anything, that is not true in my class. I grade constantly, usually before I go to bed at night. Everything is graded. When I come back in the next morning, everything is graded before the day starts. So everything is graded. Hold on, let me move this. I have gotten every senior class today, as long as they were in class today, they got a screenshot from my phone. It should look something like this. That's not very clear, is it? But anyway, you will see the gist. Yours will be better. Your picture will be better. It will have your kid's name at the top, and it will have what their grade is in the blue bar. It will have how many things they submitted, how many things they submitted late, and how many assignments they are still missing. So if your student doesn't have at least a B in my class, something's up and it's not on my part. They need to get some work done. Sometimes things are already closed. Things like grade charts close every every Thursday night, and then we have a new grade chart on Friday. So they know this, and it's up to them to be able to do that in the right amount of time. 7 days is usually enough time to do one assignment. Most assignments I leave even 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So if they tell you it's already closed, yeah, it's closed, and that's on them, not on me. They've had ample time. Even if they were absent, there's ample time. So let's move on to our next thing. I know you're nervous about your student walking across that stage and receiving a high school diploma. Let's address the elephant in the room to start with. What if we do not have a passing score for your student when it's time to graduate? Provided they have done everything else that they need to do, they will still walk across the stage, okay? The only people that will know that they are not receiving a full diploma will be you and me, their counselor, okay? And anybody else they choose to tell. They don't have to tell anybody. We can leave that can be their own thing. They will not receive a full diploma. They will receive something called a certificate of completion. Whenever they do have some passing scores in the future, say whether they take a test in the summer or in the fall of next year, whenever they take and pass with the passing scores, they can come back to Gaither with those scores, and we will give them their full diploma. So please know, it is not the end of the world. Okay, I will continue to help them through that process. Having said that, let's go over this one more time about what it takes to be able to pass. All right, the ELA benchmark for reading and for English, 3 different ways to do it. You can either do that with an FSA of 350, an SAT of 480, an ACT of an average of 18 of the English and the reading sections. So that's what it takes to pass. That's the goals that we're going for. All right. You're going to say, but you've been testing my kid like crazy. Yes, we have. Here are the times when they're coming back. The FSA should be back about early to mid-May. The ACT that we took just maybe 2 weeks ago, it should come back probably that first week of May, like May 1st, that week. The SAT they took last week on the 12th or the 14th. I think it was the 12th. That should come back on May 4th, around then. It could be a couple days early, a couple days later, but that's the goal as it is right now. They are all taking another SAT next. All seniors who haven't passed the benchmark are taking another SAT next week on Tuesday, I believe it is, but I know it's on the 25th. SAT on the 25th. So after they take that, those results should come in on May 18th. So there are a lot of scores to still come in. I have my fingers crossed and my hands fixed for prayers. I promise every time they test, I do that. So just know that we're all over it. If your kid is here, they're trying their best, they're in class. Seniors, it's getting to be a problem to keep everybody in class. But if you're here and in class and working on this, I'm doing everything I can to equip your child with the skills that they need to be able to pass. All right. Let's say that we get some scores and we don't get some positive scores. We're not getting the scores we want, or maybe we get one that we don't want, so we're starting to get nervous. There are some upcoming tests. We have, for our seniors, of course, like I just said, April the 25th, they're going to get another SAT. There's also an SAT that they would have to sign up for on a Saturday on May 6th. There is and then another one on June 3rd. I'm going to talk about that one in a minute. Then there's an ACT on June 10th and June 15th. All right. Those are all very important days. The SAT that is on May 5th, we're doing something special that we do every year, and it helps a lot of seniors. If there are any that are left, many of them are able to pass on this time. We have a boot camp from 9 until 12 on May 30th to June 2nd. Okay, that's a Tuesday through Friday. Memorial Day is on Monday. We come back in here on Tuesday, and I work with those students who need the reading and English benchmark, the reading benchmark, but it comprises of both sides. And then Ms. Epperson will be here to help anybody who needs the math benchmark. So say they got the reading, but they still need the math. This is a great opportunity for them. They need to sign up themselves for that Saturday test, but we will be here 9 to 12 helping them. What if they need both? They can come to the morning with me, or the first part of the morning, and the second part with Ms. Epperson, or maybe one day with me, one day with her. The packets, we always coordinate our stuff. So anything they get on Tuesday will be the same thing that Ms. Epperson would have given. And so they'll still have the materials. And so if they learn the skills and things on the next day with her or with me, vice versa, we work on the same packet on the same day. All right. So know that if we do not get positive results, we are still here to try to help your student. Let's see. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, if your student has free or reduced lunch, they are eligible to get 2 free SAT waivers and 4 ACT waivers. They can get that through their counselor. All right. So that hopefully answers a lot of the questions that you may have from parent conference night. This is a virtual parent conference night. You guys know I do it like this every time, just because I want to make sure more parents hear and see what I have to offer and what I'm working on with your students. But if you need to still have a conference with me, I'm certainly happy to do that. So if that's the case, here is my Google Voice number. Send me a message and we can set up a time either on Wednesday, or if that doesn't work for you, if you're working with other teachers or that day's just not good for you, I can talk with you another time, or either we can talk via text, whatever works for you. During the day, texting is about the best I can do. We don't have a phone. Yes, I know you see a phone back here, but it's only from the office. I can't call out in here. So if you want to call me, leave me a message. Texting is easiest. It's 813-406-0182 with any questions or concerns that you may have. I'm here to hopefully get to see your student walk across that stage just like you're wanting to do the same thing. Thank you for your time.